I've always dreamt of finding a cheap farmhouse to renovate, a place more remote, away from the hustle and bustle, tucked away in the countryside, surrounded by fields. Ideally, it would have enough land for growing my own vegetables, raising a few animals like chickens, and of course, having a dog. It's time to start a new chapter on my own. If you've been following my channel for a while, you might know that for the past 2 years, I've been sharing the journey of renovating this, my 200-year-old house. Well, it's officially sold, and now I'm on the hunt for a new project. And I have decided that I will keep it all on this channel. So you might see more farmhouse living renovation projects than usual, but I promise I will relate it to Danish design when I can and try to explain more why my ideas and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I hope you like the idea and will keep subscribing to the channel. I grew up in Copenhagen and made the move to the countryside 2 years ago, which has been amazing, but due to more personal reasons, my old place just didn't work out. So now I'm starting fresh with a place that's truly mine. So what am I looking for in my new property? First of all, I'd love to find an older farmhouse away from the busy roads and without too many neighbors. The outside needs to be in pretty good shape, especially the roof, since replacing that can be super expensive fast. And the interior, I'm hoping to find something relatively untouched, like a kitchen or bathroom from the 70s. I'd rather deal with that than a poorly done renovation from the 90s. A bonus would be having some barns or outbuildings for storage, or even room for farm animals. And of course, the more land, the better. I'm really hoping to find something under 1 million Danish kroner. That way I can buy the place and still have enough left for renovations. It's not impossible. The further out you go into the countryside, the cheaper properties get, of course. My goal is to find a place that's in good enough shape to work with, but still needs plenty of love. I just love a good challenge. I've already found some properties, potential properties online, and booked showings for all of them today. And I'm bringing you along. As we go through each one, I'll just feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know the pros and cons for each place. I'd love to hear what you think. Alright, welcome to what I decided to call the lake house. This one got a lot of potential, but let me take you through the pros and cons as we explore.
So first impressions. The main house definitely needs some work, but there's a lot here to love. Starting with the kitchen, which is probably one of my favorite parts of this house. It's not too big, but I really like this setup. You can easily fit a small dining table in here, and I just imagine cooking while looking out at that amazing view of the lake. Plus, there's a direct access to the terrace, which is a big win for me. The bathroom is a bit of a mixed bag. It's okay, nothing too special, but I'm really into the tiles. It just needs a bit of updating, but it's not a total loss. Also, there's an unused first floor, which is a cool bonus, but it definitely needs some attention. And well, it's going to need a new roof, which is a pretty big expense. That's definitely something I'll have to factor in. Now, one of the highlights for me are the outdoor buildings. They're in decent shape and there's a lot of potential here for storage. Maybe even enough space for some chickens down the line. I love the idea of having animals and some space to work with. The garden itself also needs a bit of work, but it's a really nice size. I especially love the old fruit trees. It's got a lot of charm. And for the location, I'm a little unsure. The surroundings are beautiful, no doubt about that, but the nearest city isn't exactly my favorite. It's lacking some of the charm I'd hoped for, and I'm not totally sold on that part yet. So that's the lake house. It's got a lot of potential, especially with the view and the outdoor space, but it also has some pretty major projects to tackle, like the roof. I'll need to think about whether it's worth it, but I love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Is this one worth the effort, or should I keep looking? Welcome to house number 2, which I've nicknamed the house with the Christmas trees. As you can see, this property is set in the most beautiful surroundings, right in the middle of a lush forest and protected fields. It's a family farm with over 4 hectares of land, and as the real estate agent mentioned, part of the land is actually a Christmas tree plantation.
So I think the question with this property is, can I see myself selling Christmas trees every year and run that kind of a business? Because I really like the buildings, the outhouses, but is this just too big of a project?
You can probably see where my mind is already going with this one. I love the idea of turning this place into a seasonal destination. Imagine this, a cozy Christmas shop filled with ornaments, handmade decorations, and trees grown right here on the property. I could even set up the courtyard with twinkling lights, sell mulled wine and coffee to visitors, and create the perfect Christmas atmosphere. It's definitely a fun vision for the future. The barns on the property are full of potential. There's a lot of room for storage, ideal for keeping all my furniture for the staging company I run. And of course, they would be perfect for setting up a Christmas shop during the holiday season. I can already picture how I'll decorate everything for the holidays. Now let's talk about the main house. It's a solid 156 square meters, and I actually really like the layout and the room's size. There's a lot of space to work with, and the flow of the house feels good. But there's one major issue. The ceiling height is a real problem. Unfortunately, I couldn't stand up straight anywhere in the main house, and as much as I love everything else about this place, I have to be able to, walk without crunching. It's a bit of a deal breaker, especially for daily living. That being said, the location is a big plus. It's only about an hour's drive to Copenhagen, which is super convenient. I could keep my life and business relatively close to the city while still living in this quiet, peaceful countryside setting. So that's the house with the Christmas trees. It has so much potential, especially with the barns and the land. I love the idea of creating a Christmas shop here, but the ceiling height in the main house might be a deal breaker for me. I'd love to hear what you think. Is this something worth tackling, or should I move on to the next one? Welcome to house number 3, which I lovingly dubbed the house with the funky rug. Located in a charming little village, this home is full of potential and character, but also needs quite a lot of love to really shine. The first thing you notice about this house is the color. I love this yellow. It feels cheerful, like it fits right into the countryside. The garden is fantastic, a great size and full of old fruit trees. I can already imagine transforming it into a beautiful space, maybe a mix of flowers, herbs, and vegetables in raised beds. There's so much potential here. Now let's step inside, and yes, this is the rock I was talking about. It's definitely something, but looking beyond the decor, I love the bones of this living room. It's long and bright with plenty of windows. There's a fireplace that could be a cozy centerpiece during those colder months. The room has great potential for a large open plan living area once I update it. Obviously, it needs a lot of work. The floors, walls, and ceilings will need a refresh, and I'm already really hoping there's some beautiful old floors, wooden floors under these carpets. Well, we'll find out soon enough. The kitchen, well, it's definitely functional, but it's outdated. It's one of the things I would tackle first. I'm thinking new cabinetry, modern appliances, and utilize the small room in the back to a great pantry. I'd love to create a bright farmhouse style kitchen here. Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms. Right now they're a little cramped and definitely in need of some attention, but the possibilities are endless. One of these could easily be turned into a home office or a guest room, and they all get plenty of light. It's a great space to work with. Now let me show you one of my favorite parts of the property, the barns and the courtyard. I love how private it feels back here, completely enclosed and protected. I'm thinking of turning this area into a flower-filled courtyard garden, maybe with a few cafe-style tables for sipping coffee in the mornings. The barns are in pretty good shape and provide endless opportunities as well. They could be converted into workshops, storage for my furniture staging projects, or even turned into an additional rental space. Imagine a cozy little guest house for visitors, or maybe even for some of you all who's watching to rent for a weekend. The location is also pretty great. I like the quiet, picturesque village, very close to Stevnsklint, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And while the drive to Copenhagen is a bit longer than I'd ideally like, the tranquility and charm of the area might make it worth it. So that's house number 3, the house with the funky rug. It has a lot of character, a lot of potential, and could be turned into something really special. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you come and rent my guest house? Is this the one? Or should I keep looking? Sometimes it's not about what's already there, but what could be. The potential is what calls to you. This is house number 4, the house that needed full reno, a project that's been on the market for 2 years. Owned by 3 ambitious souls from Copenhagen, their dreams of transforming this place faded somewhere along the way. But where others see an abandoned project, I see a blank canvas. It's the old barn, untouched, full of character, that really speaks to me. With the right touch, this could be the heart of the home. The beauty of this place isn't in what's been done, but in what could be done. The current interior, it's quirky to say the least. A new roof, yes, but the workmanship leaves much to be desired. The layout feels off. Rooms don't quite flow into each other like they should. And then there's the kitchen. Rustic charm maybe? Or is it just unfinished? It's hard to tell. Upstairs, the story continues. A bare attic room, simple and functional. It offers a glimpse of potential, but right now, it's just a start. Outside, however, the house truly shines. Surrounded by fields, nature's quiet embrace is ever present. It's peaceful, secluded, and only 5 minutes away from civilization. House number 4 is not for the faint of heart, but for someone who sees what others don't. With a lot of love, it could be everything. A home with possibilities. Should I be the one to bring it to life? Welcome to house number 5, the house with the pig farm. This charming country home, dating back to the early 1900s, sits on over 8,400 square meters of land, providing plenty of space, tranquility, and a world of possibilities. With its traditional Danish farmhouse look, this property is a truly hidden gem. The main house, built in 1906, has been lovingly maintained and updated over the years. Speaking of potential, part of this barn has been converted into a cozy living space, fully equipped with a kitchen and bathroom, making it ideal for guests or as an Airbnb rental. Okay, maybe not in a state that's ready for rental, but you get the idea. Imagine the possibilities. With this additional living space, I could enjoy rental income or use it as an independent guest house. This property offers much more than just indoor living. The expansive garden filled with mature trees and flowers provides plenty of room for outdoor activities. Whether you're looking to start a garden, create a greenhouse, or enjoy a peaceful evening around the fire pit, the possibilities are endless. Inside the main house, the main thing is that I like the layout of the floor plan. I think the size of the kitchen is amazing, and the living room with a small fireplace is perfect. And then the bedroom with the big sliding doors to the garden would just be amazing to wake up to every day. One of the considerations with this property is its proximity to a large pig farm. While the views are stunning and the peace is abundant, it's important to know that occasional smells and noise from the farm may be part of rural life here. House number 5 is a hidden gem in the Danish countryside, offering space, flexibility, and charm. But is the pig farm neighbor a big no thank you? What do you think? Could this be the perfect home for me?
So that wraps up our tour of these 5 potential homes, each with its own charm, quirks, and challenges, from the peaceful lakeside views of the first house to the cozy Christmas-filled fields of the second. There's a lot to consider. It's easy to get swept up in the possibility of each property, imagining the life I could create there, But as I've learned through my previous renovation projects, it's not just about the house, it's about finding the place that feels like home. The place where you can picture yourself growing, creating, and thriving. There's still a lot to think about before I make any decisions. Each house offers something unique, but they're all come with their own challenges. And trust me, I love a good challenge. Of course, I'd love to hear from you. Which house do you think has the most potential? Which one spoke the most to you? Let me know in the comments what you do with each space. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along on this next chapter. Whichever place I choose, it's going to be a journey full of renovation, challenges, and lots of creativity. But that's the beauty of starting fresh, right? Anything is possible.